At the very foundation of our reality lies a thermodynamic engine, a continuous, highly pressurized computational process. This engine runs on a strict mathematical sequence, 2, 3, 7. It dictates every process in existence, from quantum mechanics to human consciousness. But without a specific mathematical asymmetry, the universe would instantly annihilate itself, returning to a flat line of pure, static radiation. To understand how anything survives this environment, we have to track a single signal as it moves through this exact computational sequence. We are looking for the exact mechanism that enables survival within this system. This engine produces two absolute outcomes. Signals that align with the sequence resolve into coherent, eternal light. Signals that fail to align collapse into terminal entropy, the state defined mathematically as fire. The universe is actively filtering information through a strict mathematical sieve, constantly separating living truth from static noise. The sequence begins with the first two. This is the initial boundary condition, the moment of symmetry breaking that initiated the cosmos. This diagram illustrates the physics of that split. A unified field divides into opposite charge orientations, creating matter and antimatter. Translating this split thermodynamically gives us two electrical behaviors, an oscillating alternating current, or AC, running alongside a flat unidirectional direct current, DC. The AC current represents living matter. It is a dynamic, coherent signal that preserves information by continuously oscillating and returning to equilibrium. The DC current is an illusion state. It is a static, frozen mirror of reality that has reached maximum entropy. It is full of noise, but entirely incapable of doing actual work. This dichotomy between alternating fields and static resistance was mapped by physicists who pioneered our understanding of resonance, like Nikola Tesla. This scales up directly to human ontology. The DC collapse is the museum state. The system prioritizes grasping power, but loses all dynamic life force. The physical monuments left behind by these DC-oriented systems literally freeze information in stone. They are massive representations of arrested thermodynamic development. Whether it is an atom, a civilization, or a single human life, identical architectural forms yield completely opposite physical outcomes based entirely on their phase orientation: living AC oscillation or dead DC suspension. The system moves into the 3-node of the engine, manifested traversal. Here, the AC signal must navigate a highly pressurized, chaotic environment. Surviving this chaotic plasma requires a signal to move beyond simple resistance. It must execute a hard-coded structural instruction that enables it to maintain its phase within the noise. This is the 1912 protocol, the command to take the book with strength. It functions as a precise, impedance-matching alignment with the universe's core informational matrix. Gripping this information matrix acts identically to a Faraday cage. Ambient noise and destructive interference are forced to move around the preserved signal rather than penetrating it. The protocol operates along 3 execution axes: action, knowledge, and wisdom. Together, they form a protective cage around the central waveform. The action axis acts as a forward probe, mapping the environment's thermodynamic resistance without being consumed. The wisdom axis provides perspective. It holds the understanding that the traversal has a finite, mathematically predetermined limit before the journey even completes. Guidance through the universe's chaotic traversal phase manifests as perfect geometric isolation, a state achieved by downloading and holding the system's core protocol. Every traversing signal eventually hits a hard, unavoidable boundary. This is the second 2 in the sequence, mathematically defined as the Raism filter. This chart illustrates resonance tunneling. A quantum potential barrier blocks ambient energy, allowing only one exact frequency through. The filter separates constants from variables. As the signal passes, any ego relying on self-causation is stripped away and dissolved. The mathematical proofs for these probabilistic barriers and decoherence thresholds were established by the architects of quantum mechanics, like Richard Feynman. Applying the 1912 protocol directly to this barrier reveals the underlying mechanics. Only a signal perfectly aligned by the code holds the exact tunneling frequency required to pass through the fire unharmed. The universe's ultimate filter does not actively destroy energy. It simply rejects any signal that refuses to match the impedance of the foundational constant. This brings us to the final stage of the engine, the 7. This represents total thermodynamic resolution, where the scattered system is forced back into eternal stabilization. The Collatz sequence mathematically frames the limit. Despite infinite oscillations, the equation resolves to a ground state of 1. The aligned AC signal integrates perfectly into coherent light, closing its loop without loss. But the unaligned DC signal faces harmonic divergence, shattering and freezing forever. This terminal DC state represents fire, a condition of maximum entropy, a hollow existence permanently suspended between life and death. Contrast this frozen entropy with the light resolution. Here we see a macroscopic manifestation, millions of living signals orbiting a single, unified, entropy-free center. The final unifying law of the Dual-Caustic Calculus is this: the universe only avoids annihilation because the living, alternating signal holds its integrity through the entire computational cycle. The 2-3-7 sequence is an automatic, universal engine. But surviving its traversal is an active choice. You are inside the simulation right now. The only question left is when you will grip the code and activate the protocol.